Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 3 of the 2025 PDGA Professional World Championships presented by Discmania, our final major of the year. My first time in Finland, and happy to be here. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hot geese.
Honk.
And right now we are international geese. We couldn't be more excited about it. These two beautiful venues for the World Championships, and they are just as hard as they are supposed to be, I guess.
Yeah, for names of the monster and the beast.
Yeah, they are living up to those names, except for Iida Lehtomäki right now. She went 5 down through the first 6 holes. So impressive. A couple of bogeys, but they are very, very close to being pars. We'll see what she's got for the back nine.
Starting off with hole 10, it's a par 3, 289 feet. Beautiful birch forest here. Just look at this lighting. It's really fun to come through this part of the course. Everybody loves it. This is a friendlier one. It's easy to get about 3/4 of the way down the fairway and land in circle 2. Much harder to find a gap to access the circle. You mostly see, I think, straight pushing backhands, but a forehand can work. And there's a couple different gaps you can try for. The best run we saw yesterday was 5 down, so to see as many birdies as we have and for Silva to be bogey-free right now is very impressive.
Just a quick reminder, we are halfway through the World Championships right now. So you guys have so much more disc golf content coming. These spectators have so many more shots to dodge.
They're looking spry.
But this is the last round at the Monster for the C Pool. They will finish out the tournament back-to-back at the Beast, moving day at the Beast, Championship Sunday at the Beast. So hopefully they are really soaking it up. This course is such a joy to compete at. Like Erika said, this birch forest is something else.
Also pretty crazy, as you mentioned in the front nine, 3 fins on our Finnish Worlds card. Like, that's crazy.
Is it because they're the best or because they're comfortable or probably a good mixture of both?
Uh-huh. It is really fun to play with so many more international women than I've ever seen at a tournament.
Yeah, it's one of the coolest parts of having this World Championship across the pond. We always do have competitors from everywhere, but this week is just another level. Just seeing talent from all different countries.
Here's some talent mixed with a nice little tree kick. Boop.
Little birch lavender right outside the bullseye.
That spotter is getting it, and I am here for it.
Here's Owen with a very tricky little technical approach shot. She finds a gap, but she's still going to have some work to do from just inside the circle.
Silva, I think she might even be outside circle 2 from here. Maybe a long Anheuser bid. Wow. Such a good effort.
Yeah, that was from 65 feet.
Henna with a soft bid at it. Owen looking to save her par. And a rare circle 1 miss for Owen. Left side chains.
Yeah, that was from 20 feet. Usually right in Owen's comfort zone. Here's Iida with the tree love. Another birdie.
Sheesh.
Big smile back on her face. There were 16 birdies on hole 10. It played as a tie for the 3rd easiest hole of the day.
Yeah, not a good feeling one to bogey, but as we have said before, you can bogey any hole out here. Or worse. It's a hard course. Henna with that nice squeaky clean 2 down, gonna move up into solo second.
Iida still shooting the hot round and in solo first. Moving on to the easiest hole of the day. The distance is the major factor for that, but it doesn't mean that this tee shot is not super demanding. The way the drone is flying is one of the routes you can take with either a forehand or a backhand turning shot, but the last tree is almost right in the zone where you want your disc to turn, to keep turning before it starts fading. I'm kind of more in favor of the right side line now, just because I think the right side is a little bit friendlier to recover from.
Yeah.
But if you're hunting for a birdie, that left side is great for attacking.
Yeah, the right side will get you in the right distance range to go for birdie, but you're probably going to have, like, you're never going to have the same line at it.
Yes.
Or the same gap. Like, you're kind of just hoping you have a good enough look at it to go for it.
Except for this type of shot.
Well, I mean, we aren't counting this, obviously. We're counting normal, regular people shots.
Yeah, Iida has different rules already.
That was amazing.
So straight for so long. She just trickles into the left side birch line, but it'll be a straightforward approach from there.
Oh,
Here's Silva, I think, trying to go up the right side with just a bit of an early release.
I think it kind of looked like she was going left. That's the way she went yesterday.
Okay.
And just overturned it, I think. And I think she hit the same tree, but at least it kicked right this time. It kicked left yesterday. Henna doing the same thing, getting through those trees this time.
Yeah, very fortunate. There's not very many big gaps there. Most of the time, if you land just in that first line of birches where Henna is, you have a pretty straightforward hyzer shot to the green.
I was hoping we'd see this. Although she might be going... Okay, yeah. I like this play a lot.
Me too.
That's not my plan.
It does kind of put you in a funky spot. There's a weird checkerboard effect that happens from right there where you suddenly don't really have one good gap, but Owen is so good at flex shots that she will be able to find something. Whew.
Silva... I guess it's possible for her to get there. Maybe?
Oh.
Nah.
It's really hard to speak on whether or not she'll have a way to get to the green from there as well. The checkerboard effect happens in so many different places on this fairway.
Owen left with a really solid gap here.
Yeah, wide open, and she takes advantage.
Beautiful.
Silva going to throw a tight flex shot around those two trees right in front of her, and unfortunately going to late release just a little bit.
Dang. Silva looking to just save bogey now. Gonna be her first kind of dropped stroke of the round, but a nice recovery. Finally to Henna's drive.
It's so far. And she's got just a nice little hyzer shot to the green.
Beautiful.
There were 21 birdies out of 44 competitors on hole 11, almost half the field getting it.
Look how close Iida's.
Oh, we hadn't even gotten to her drive
Right?
yet. Incredible. Here's Henna for birdie.
Great putt. Nice confident stroke there. Man, bogey free through this many holes at the Monster is so impressive.
It's really hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Owen with a great birdie as well. A little bounce back from that last bogey. Iida hits a lot of chains on the right side, but kind of skirts up on the high side. She's going to have to settle for a par here, but a well-played hole nonetheless. Silva going to card her first bogey of the round.
Iida still with a 2-stroke lead. A couple nice birdies there from Henna and Owen. Hole 12 is a par 4, 591 feet, a very demanding tunnel tee shot, and you need to get all the way to this corner, ideally maybe a little bit on the right side even, to then open up your second shot to attack. It is so incredibly difficult to get far enough to be able to attack for birdie. You see a lot of scrambling, you see a lot of ant mounds, you see a lot of pitching around the corner and then playing for par.
It's really easy to find yourself almost to the corner and feeling like, okay, I can hyzer flip something tightly around the corner and find yourself in a really awful position to try to just recover your par. I like that this hole kind of baits you in more ways than one. Do you want to throw a control shot and take some distance off? Do you want to throw a huge shot like we see Henna getting way down there and maybe, like Erika said, allow yourself to attack on the second half of the fairway? I think this is just all around a pretty cool par 4.
I wonder if Henna will have a backhand shot from there. She's maybe just a bit pinched.
Yeah, I think she is pinched as well. But we did see her work some flex forehands yesterday that were very impressive.
Doing that play of just taking a little bit off and landing center cut, she might be able to work a really big flexing forehand around the corner.
I like Ida's play here of keeping it nice and low. Not that she needs to worry about making an error because that is just on a rope so straight.
And a nice laser straight shot from Silva as well.
Really good distance.
Beautiful. Ideal.
Getting past that ant mound is a feat.
Look at that thing. How many years do you think it took them to build that? And
how many years did it take Owen to master this shot? That is such a hard flex line.
I think 25.
Really, really good distance as well. It checks up nicely before going into that ditch, and Owen will be putting for birdie.
What an insane shot. She hugged that tree so tightly.
Also a tricky shot here. You see a lot of discs getting tangled up in those low-hanging fir branches, but Iida is also going to be putting for birdie.
That is the best set of drives you are going to see on this hole.
Absolutely. Yeah, only 5 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation all day, and look at our lead card just setting themselves up.
That looked like the perfect speed from Silva, but she catches that final guardian tree. Henna pulling hers too far to the right, gonna catch... she's in circle 2, maybe even edge of circle?
Yeah. Silva outside circle 2, probably around 80 feet.
Oh my. What a bid.
Henna from about 50 feet. Maybe just inside that. Not quite as much pop on that putt, but it settles down nicely.
Iida from circle's edge for another birdie. A little low this time.
Oh, and for the only remaining birdie look on our lead card, and one of only 3 on the day. Yeah, there she is. Kristina Jersikova getting all the hard birdies today, and the other one from Missy Gannon.
Very nice. None of them going to be quite like Owen's flex shot, though. That second shot was wild. And they look disappointed because they were set up for birdie, but par really is a good score on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Owen gonna tie it up with Henna, 2 strokes back at the lead.
Hole 13, One of the, I would say, friendlier par fives of the tournament. One that's birdieable by everyone in the field with the distance, but the shots really force you to line up 3 perfect shots in a row. The tee shot distance is favorable, but not quite as much over placement. Being a little bit further to the right side of the fairway can, even with big distance, can really pinch you off and not set you up for getting as far as you'd want on the second shot. The third, there's a couple different fairways to pick from, a lot of birch trees and a lot of places where you can kick right or left. But overall, everyone is attacking on this par 5. Owen playing a little bit more to the right side of the fairway, but she's short enough where she's going to line her second shot up really nicely.
I wish I had practiced the forehand on this one.
Me too.
Because the more I think about it, the more that makes a whole lot of sense. Because as you said, you don't really quite need that distance. You just need that placement.
Yeah, and you don't have to play the risky shot of trickling into that rough on the left side where suddenly par kind of goes out the window.
Henna working that right side with her backhand nicely. Iida heading straight towards the corner of doom.
And she sits down in a nice place. She's got a great forehand we saw earlier in the round.
Ooh,
Silva with
come on. Around the corner? Come on.
Barely enough flex, but some friendly little groundwork there and working her way to the front side of the rough.
It's crazy how that corner just sucks you in.
Mm-hmm. It was very nice to both of these shots, though.
Yeah, very friendly. It is wild to me that Iida has this really powerful and controlled forehand that she just doesn't need to use, similar to Henna, because her backhand is so good. Owen kind of in danger of missing that Mando, maybe, but she gets around it.
Yeah, doesn't quite put enough on it. She's going to be in a very pinched off and difficult spot to try to get up and down for birdie. Silva just going to trickle off into the rough. She's also going to have a hard time potentially trying to get to the green.
She landed there yesterday as well and had a great shot. Ooh, look at this. What a backhand. Just turning forever.
Yeah, so far down the tunnel. Just the perfect timing. So easy to overturn this shot, but look at that nice pan as it turns the corner, landing flat, and even getting a little forward skip. I wonder how far she is. It's hard to tell because I've never seen a backhand go that far with a second shot. Oh, Iida manages to sneak through all the trees. Wow, that's so good.
Yeah, and she went through a pretty small gap right off the get-go. Yeah, let's see it again. Look how tight this shot is. Impressive. From the young Finn. Whoa.
Yeah, Owen very, very pinched here. Throws a tall hyzer, gets some forward ground play, but she's still going to be outside circle 2.
Yeah, not much she could do from there. Silva's got a window. Beauty.
God, look how small that gap is so late in the flight. It was a window, but it was a small window.
Nah, not for her. If I could pick anyone to throw a perfectly straight shot, it's Silva.
Henna unfortunately trickles just a little bit too far, but she's set up for a nice easy birdie.
Yeah, pretty little upshot.
Let's see, this played as one of the easier holes of the day with 18 competitors getting to circle 1 and 24 to circle 2. Iida from circle 1, another birdie.
Scramble birdie. Silva also never quite in perfect position, just throwing really impressive shots from difficult landing zones.
Owen just going to settle for par, but 3 down on the card is really great on hole 13. Quick shout out to Sai Ananda, who got an eagle on this hole. She looks like she made a 26-footer.
I wonder what that looked like.
I don't know.
Especially because she doesn't really have a forehand, so it must have just been huge
backhand
huge
around
backhand.
the
corner, and then a huge turning backhand.
Does she throw rollers? I don't think she does rollers very often.
Unless she added that.
Yeah.
Boy.
So impressive.
I would pay several dollars to see that.
Yeah. I have so many questions.
Hole 14, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hole 14 is a par 4, really difficult tee shot, 564, but hard to bite off a whole lot of distance through this tunnel. If you can get right here, you are ecstatic because you have an open hyzer look to go around this little out of bounds sandy area, bunker, I don't know what to call it. It is OB, and you need to get into the wood chips to be safe. You see that barrier over there. It seems like, oh, maybe you could go that way, but you can't. The holes are tiny. You only go that way if you're very out of position and can't really get the hyzer out and around the out of bounds area.
Yeah, last year there was a lot more holes in the barrier and you could putt through them. But this year they made it so no disc can pass through that wall. You have to go up and over, and the low-hanging branches are a little too risky for that to be a viable play.
Henna, making this fairway look easy, you can see that it is not. And you can get some pretty brutal kicks. Iida kicked pretty far, but she's far enough where she might be able to get out and attack on the third.
It's a really interesting shot. Silva going to throw it perfect. I think that pushing hyzer flip is the way with a mid. Because if you try to just throw something over stable through the gap and let the disc work, you so quickly find that rough on the left side. It's really easy to skip. And once you get over there, you're playing for par at best.
Just taking some off of her destroyer.
It's crazy
Classic.
that she gets a destroyer to do that.
Isn't that insane?
I can't really understand. It's calls for such a slower speed mid-range. Iida, unfortunately, going to have to just pitch out, and that's a really, really smart play. It's easy to try to get aggressive and get out to the grass.
And this is where maybe you're just trying to punch it towards that barrier. Oh, she's trying to go. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's also, that's a really great play. She's just conceding the bogey, which is smart.
But she's still leaving herself with a putt over there. I love that play. She has kind of a long, it's a long putt.
Like 100 feet maybe?
Yeah, but still an opportunity. Yeah. Instead of having to mess around with branches, being on the left side, Silva's going to have to do a lot of messing around over here.
Yep. Owen going forehand on the second.
She wants to mess around as well.
Oh. Man,
I can't believe
I'm telling you, these spectators are limber. Do you think they all did a group stretching session before? A little aerobics?
You can't really see them over there either. They're like secret spectators.
A lot of messing around happening.
No.
Oh, don't do that. What a gnarly roll.
It stayed in bounds, though.
Okay, that's something.
And really, really smart course management after that gnarly kick to the right off the tee.
Henna not really left with a comfortable swing. Well done.
That was a crazy roll.
It had so much speed off that branch. Here's Owen looking at these teeny, there's like one gap right in front of her. And that's about it.
And well managed. It looks like 8 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation on this hole.
Nice.
That's incredible.
Most of the circle 2, how many got to circle 2?
16.
Most of those are probably going to be like this kind of thing, though, where you don't really have a look.
Silva giving it a nice run, though, but definitely the gap controlled the angle of that putter.
Silva with a comebacker for her par.
No problem. 8 birdies on hole 14 is more than I would have guessed.
Yeah.
So much that I almost want to shout them all out, but I'm not going to do that.
We got time.
Iida with a great bogey save.
Henna in for a par.
I really like the back nine of this course. I think it's just a really perfect grouping of holes. Hole 14's my only hole that I might have a teeny bit of beef with, but the rest of the holes in the back nine, I just have almost no complaints. I think they did a really nice job with the design for the FPO field. I especially love hole 15. It's a tunnel shot where you can throw anything from a mid up to a driver. You just got to make sure you don't go into this pond with a little bit too much hyzer. It's fine to land a little straight or even a little right. It opens you up to this second shot. It's slightly uphill with a couple guardian trees in the way with low-hanging tree branches. You can throw a forehand or a backhand on the second shot. Player's choice. I think the backhand is the play. This one is reachable by everybody in the field, but if you're just even slightly out of position, pinched on the left side, it becomes a par play.
And there's that pinch point, although Henna getting a nice friendly kick back into the fairway.
Very friendly. She was headed straight for the bog.
Isn't that your email away message? Headed straight for the bog.
My auto reply.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Pulling it to the right, but
That's gonna work great.
gonna be fine. Yeah, in a good spot. Pretty.
Iida with really great distance. She's going to be a little bit tucked to the left, but I think she's far enough where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think so too. This is such a fun shot too.
It is.
Just a couple trees to avoid. A little bit of stuff on the green, nothing crazy. Just, I don't know, it just feels good.
It seems like that you almost like, if you could build a disc golf hole from scratch, this is what you would build. Like everything's just set up nice and perfectly. All the lines are like the way your disc want to fly.
Yeah, just enough trouble where it's not a gimme.
Yep. Yeah, only 9 birdies on hole 15 today. Only,
Oh, really?
Yep, only 12 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation out of the 44 NC pool.
Ooh.
And this is the second time we have seen a foot completely in the water on hole 15.
Who did it better, Silva Saarinen or Rachel Turton? Leave it in the comments.
It depends on what you're looking for here.
Oh, no, the foot in the water. I don't care about the shot.
Oh, I know. It depends on what you're looking for here. Rachel Turton fully submerging the shoe, water all the way in.
Yes.
Silva looking like a little bit more of a light foot. Didn't look like water had quite crested the top of the shoe yet.
I'm with you. I'm sorry I interrupted. I should have known you were right on it.
Here's Iida from outside circle 1.
Own from 25, maybe a bit farther.
Oh, man, the putt is on.
It usually is. Own's stringing together some nice ones here in the back.
It is usually. This wide straddle putt, orange pants are really working.
They're working.
And not quite enough power from there.
Seams are good, though.
Yeah, Silva looking just a little bit jabby on that putt. Not quite her normal spinny, smooth putt. Henna with the final birdie opportunity on our lead card, joining Own. Tight battle.
And to tie the lead with that one, which she hasn't had a part of since, what, hole 3, 4?
I hope Silva remains patient here, because she is still right in the mix. I know she is not quite capitalizing on as many birdies as she's putting herself in position for, but still playing really, really clean golf out here at the Monster.
This is your choice. Live a boring disc golf life or unlock perks of the inner circle like early access to drops and free monthly discs. Welcome to the secret Disc Golf Society. Join the inner circle now.
Hole 16, a scoreable par 5, but still difficult, 827 feet. First shot you want to get around here if you can. We've seen some ladies crest the hill on their first, which is phenomenal. Most of the time it's a blind shot up and over a hill, and you're just trying to get down the hill, ideally a bit on the left, to then open up your final shot to this really scenic green. Always going to be easier said than done. There's a lot of trouble in a lot of different places that you can find.
It's crazy. This tee shot feels so easy in practice. You're like just unloading.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you get out to the tournament and you're like, wow, this is
kind of hard.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's a little scary. Especially we have had more wind during the tournament days than we saw during the practice week at all. And, excuse me, it has a tendency to be a straight headwind. Doesn't quite help.
Henna managing that nicely, getting around the corner a little bit. You can see that wind Matt is talking about turning Own's Destroyer just a bit more than normal. And what a great shot, but she's right behind that little tree. That little V birch tree, the mark of a really good drive. Silva flipping this one up and gets a nice full flight.
That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Just the most beautiful, perfect disc golf shot.
It's what keeps you coming back.
Iida trying to work a little bit of a flex shot, just a little late out of the hand. She gets a wild kick, and she's going to be forced to contend with that left side rough.
And probably in Parsville over here.
Yeah, not bad, though.
Yeah, could be worse, absolutely.
She takes some off, though, a really mature decision, and just chips one out. Good on her.
Nah, I wanted to see the forehand roller. I wonder if she has that shot.
That's what the real pros do.
Says your skill shot champion.
No. Oh, that was not a brag at all.
I know.
Yeah. Owen flirting with that right side rough, but it's okay to be a little bit tucked over there, especially when you have a forehand like hers. Silva in the wide open, setting up her typical standstill shot.
And needs to get left on this one. She was a little pinched right yesterday. This is a good correction. Wow, these drives are so good. Ooh. Early from Henna, but on the edge. She's okay.
Yeah. This the grass on this part of the fairway is noticeably slippy. Lots of clovers. You find your feet sliding around a little bit more. Iida doing a good job of being real light on her feet here.
Yeah, dancing on them slippy cloves.
As they say. Owen with enough room to swing, work a forehand. Oh, gets robbed of the skip just a little bit too straight. She will still be putting, but she'll be in circle 2 with some obstructions on the green.
Silva left with basically her ideal shot here for the approach.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Surprising. Definitely a lot of wind coming off the lake. You can see that flag blowing. Maybe just kept that disc up and flying a bit longer. This is Henna's third. You know what's crazy? She's still bogey free.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I feel like I'm making bad things happen. No, she's fine. She's fine for par.
Yeah, and it is a scary little shot. But both Henna and Silva looking a little bit more timid on those approaches than we're used to seeing. Iida smoothie cakes right up to the bullseye.
And a great par recovery after that errant tee shot.
Own with a long look. Flag straight out to the left. Still giving it a good bid, but she is unhappy with not having a birdie look here.
Henna also outside the circle. Not quite able to give it enough power.
It's got to be frustrating if you're getting your drive that far down to not be able to capitalize.
Yeah.
Huh.
And our whole lead card struggling with this one. Silva missing a putt she's usually good for after, an errant approach that she's also usually good for. It's like they're nervous or something. For some reason, at the World Championships. Man, that is a lot of wind coming off the lake.
Surprising not to see a few more birdie looks there from our lead card with such impressive distance, but there was only 6 birdies on the day today on hole 16, so it is still a very challenging par 5.
Henna 5 down now. Bogey free with the hot round.
Hole 17, another hole that is reachable by distance standards, but look at this initial fairway. The gaps are so small, no more than 8 or even 10 feet at many different points of that fairway. You can get through there with a mid, though. It doesn't require a huge distance shot. You'll see forehands and backhands. The second shot is tough only because of the uphill nature, but sets up really nicely for a backhand flex shot or a hyzer flip shot. This green is slanted though, and sometimes if your hyzer comes in, you can find yourself getting a really big roll away. We saw Rachel Turton yesterday roll 60 feet away from the basket. This played as the 3rd most difficult hole of the day, and that is definitely just due to this initial tee shot. Henna making it look easy.
Hyping it. Walking away mid-flight. Baller.
Yeah, if you hit early, you can find yourself having to make 2 or 3 shots to get out of these trees, but it's just pretty easy, honestly.
Pretty easy to throw a flex through a, 12-foot gap.
Yeah.
Own getting all the way out there.
Is that a destroyer again?
I bet it is.
It's got to be,
I'll double
but
check.
I know it is. But I have to ask because that just makes so little sense.
To be fair, I mean, that's... Oh, maybe it's not, actually.
Look at Iida just following suit. A beautiful control shot. She's claiming it to the crowd. Everyone's doing it.
Wow.
There's a reason they're here, folks. That is so cool to see 4 for 4 through this gap. Iida a little on the short side, therefore she'll be tucked a little bit more right, having to get a little more turn on the disc.
Ooh, wow. Squeaks past that last Guardian and goes deep. Big arm problems.
Yeah, legitimately, that is a huge shot. Silva hyzer flipping, getting just the right amount of turn.
Oh, man, that was so beautiful. And she's still going to drop 20 feet away, but that was looking like it might ring it up. Wow. Again, this is the second time today where you are not going to see 4 better drives than that.
No, definitely not.
Henna going a bit deep.
Yeah, coming in hot. It's easy to accidentally throw a little faster disc than maybe is necessary here, just because the uphill makes it feel a little farther than, and look a little farther than it actually is. I like Owen's height she put on the disc here, keeping it nice and low, but unfortunately it's going to get a little too much drift.
And really needs to control the angle she comes in on. As Madison said, so many rollaways here. That's a really nice upshot.
This played as the 3rd most difficult hole of the day. with almost 40% of the field taking a bogey or worse, 20% taking a double or worse. So this is the top 44 competitors at the World Championship. So what we're seeing from our lead card is pretty incredible. It's I did not realize how bad it was deep of the basket here.
Yeah, Henna not even really able to get all the way out. Iida is able to. But Henna, gonna have to really earn that par putt, it looks like.
Silva with a look obstructed from 20 feet. Nice.
Yeah, good conversion. That is a little bit steeper, more uphill than it looks. Not comfortable footing.
Yeah, that spot is tricky. Those little tiny branches too are just everywhere.
In your face. Ooh, whoa, tough. Oh, she's got nothing.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Style points on that layup. A nice par from Iida after unfortunately being pretty blockaded from putting.
And a good putt, though I'm sure very frustrating from Henna after being right around circle's edge.
Yeah, that's not where you expect to pick up an extra stroke necessarily on this green without a roll away. Silva going to walk away with the only birdie on our lead card going into the 18th hole.
Iida with a one-stroke lead after that bogey from Henna. Own also just one stroke back.
Our lead card continuing to show how they got here.
Yeah. Wrapping it up, hole 18, a fun finishing hole, a par 3, 351 feet. OB left and right, you can find it if you are a little off your game. If you have the power to throw a mid-range straight at it, that is the play. You often do see faster speed discs, though. This is a much friendlier mound. You can see this nice flat area all the way around, though it does usually leave you a bit of a tester putt. It's difficult to park one on the smaller mound on top. I believe the bleachers behind it are just casual relief. I don't think they're out of bounds. It's pretty easy to go deep if you throw a higher speed disc. Oh, nice.
Silva's so close to getting up on the flat. Unfortunately, that little area can be pretty steeply sloped.
Yeah,
can make for some tough putting.
Yeah. Hard to get your footing and your weight transfer from that hillside. Oh, own. Own in the flex.
It's a beautiful story.
A love story. If I had to sum up Own Scoggins in one shot, I would just show them that.
Iida trying to hyzer flip something straight. I like the use of a low speed disc here. You can tell that thing's really floating, but it doesn't quite flip up. She'll, I think, be on the side hill as well if she didn't trickle all the way down into that little gully on the left side. Ooh.
Pretty. Perfect shot from Henna.
Green flags all around.
Ooh. Really
right in the goalie.
Get a whole lot of the hill in this shot.
It looks like it might be a little damp in there as well.
Oh.
Ooh. She laughing. The fact that she held on to her putter is impressive.
Yeah. Just a little reset. Man, I love that she just canned that. Are you kidding me? What a highlight.
Talk about style points to almost fall on your face in front of the whole crowd and then just jam that death putt.
That's insane. I thought she might just lay up after almost falling. I wish we had a slow-mez of the... Wait, are we going to see the fall too? That would be a really funny slow-mez. What a putt and a finish from Silva.
That was almost 40 feet away.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Outside the circle.
Silva's so close to capitalizing. She put herself in position like you need to do. She does finish 2 down to stay on the lead
And
card.
Owen just going to follow up with that impressive putt.
Yeah, why not?
There is some room behind the basket, but you're still worried about a big comeback putt. That was so confident from Owen Scoggins, and what a round for her today.
Yeah, also going to be 2 down.
Being under par after taking a triple.
Sit.
No. Oh.
Man. After such a great round, Henna gonna just have some bad breaks on 17 and 18. Just leaving for some really tough putting.
Henna likely just going to lay this one up. Yep. And concede the bogey. And
She'll still finish if she makes that 3 down, but... Ooh.
she'll also finish. I'm sorry. And this is the talk of the town today. Iida Lehtomäki,
4 down.
first time on lead card, coming out here shooting the hot round today, I believe.
Yeah. Yep, 4 down.
And just looking so comfortable on lead card at this major, at the World Championship.
Yeah, coming out so hot, 5 down through 6, and then finding some trouble, but managing the nerves really well, managing some tough positions, showing that she has all of the shots.
This is going to lock in our lead card for tomorrow. We're going to watch the same competitors attack a very different course at the Beast. I'm so excited to watch this. I really like the card that we have right now. I think this is going to be a really fun round of golf to watch, and it's moving day. Sometimes players will change their game plan and attack a little bit more. We'll see. It is round 4 of a 5-round tournament, a little bit more of a long haul than we're used to on any of the Pro Tour events or some of the other majors. So very, very excited to see how players attack on moving day tomorrow.
Yeah, just a reminder, we are so close to 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, so go ahead, click that bell and all the stuff you do on the YouTubes. Help us out, keep doing what we're doing, and yeah, join us tomorrow for round 4 at the Beast.
Yep, so happy to be here at the World Championships. We are over the halfway point, 2 rounds to go, and we will see you guys then. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.
Honk.